did a corrective exercises assessment on Jessica here. And when we started off with the static posture assessment, we found that her right foot turned out, which can be caused by an overactive lateral gastroc and a possible underactive anterior tib. And as we moved up in her body, we saw that she had a right knee valgus as well, and that can be caused by an overactive TFL, tensor fasciae latae, her adductors, and her lateral gastroc as well. Some underactive muscles that can cause this is her glute medius, glute max, and her medial hamstring complex. So next we moved on to the overhead squat assessment. When we did this, we started with her feet and found that her right foot also turns out during the overhead squat. This could be caused by an overactive lateral gastrocnemius and an underactive anterior tibialis as well. We then moved upward to the knee, and we found that her knee also falls into a valgus position. This can also be caused by an overactive tensor fasciae latae and her adductors, as well as the lateral gastrocnemius. Her underactive muscles that could be causing this are her glute medius, her glute maximus, and her medial hamstring complex. Next, we went to Jessica's gait analysis, and during the gait analysis, we saw that when she would take a step, her right foot would turn out, and her right foot would also pronate, so it would fall inward. And her knee also showed valgus position. So these would be the same overactive and underactive muscles that we would see during the static positioning. Next, we did range of motion, and we tested Jessica's right ankle dorsiflexion. The normal range for this is 20 degrees, and in her we found 14 degrees. This could be caused by an overactive gastrocnemius. Next, we did hip abduction. The normal range for this is 40 degrees. In Jessica, we only found 30 degrees. This could be caused by overactive adductors complex. Last, we did hip external rotation. The normal range for this is 45 degrees, and in Jessica, we found 35 degrees. This restriction could be caused by overactive adductor complex as well. The last part of this assessment was the manual muscle testing, and we went to test Jessica's right anterior tibialis. We found that it was underactive. Next, we did the glute medius, and we found that this was also underactive. The first step in corrective exercises is to inhibit a muscle. So what we want to do is get rid of all these knots that you might feel in the muscle, so we can try to lengthen it and return the muscle to its range of motion. First, we're going to start off with Jessica's lateral gastrocnemius. So we're going to start off here on the ground for the lateral gastrocnemius. Jessica's going to start off by putting the foam roller right under her legs, and she will lift herself up off the ground, trying to keep a good, strong core and putting all the pressure onto the lateral gastrocnemius. She can cross her legs to put more pressure on there, and if it's too much, she can uncross them. But now we're just going to move up and down the foam roller. Once she finds one of those knots, she can sit there for 30 seconds, and after those 30 seconds, we'll take a break and do it again for another 30 seconds, making that 2 sets. So next, we're going to inhibit the tensor fasciae latae, and we're going to start doing that by placing Jessica's hip on the foam roller. And it'd be on the side a little bit. There you go. And what we want to do is make sure that her core continues to stay strong and have her elbows and arms, forearms on the ground. And we're going to move up and down this muscle. This muscle can be very sensitive, so if we need to put some more tension or pressure on her foot to relieve the pressure on the muscle, we can do that. And we can also balance that out by putting more pressure on her upper body. Once we find the spot, we'll hold that for 30 seconds as well and do 2 sets of that. and then move on. So next we're going to inhibit her adductors. We're going to do this by putting the foam roller in a diagonal position to her body. Then once we're ready to come down onto the foam rollers, we'll lift up her leg and put it in that diagonal position. We're going to make sure her core continues to stay strong, arms level on the ground, and putting pressure onto the adductors. Now we're going to start moving back and forth. There we go. Find a position that feels nice and tense, and we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. We'll do this 2 times, and then continue into the lateral hamstrings. Last, we have the lateral hamstring. We're going to do this by getting in a similar position that we were in for the lateral gastroc, but now we're going to have the foam roller starting right behind the knee. Then she's going to lift her body up the ground and put all the pressure onto the hamstring area. But we want to focus on the lateral hamstring, so we're going to do this by slightly turning her body to the side and then move up and down as she did for the other muscles, and find the spot, hold it for 30 seconds, and do 2 sets. The next step is to lengthen the muscle that we're working on. So we're going to focus on a lot of the same muscles that we focused on for inhibiting. And the first one we're going to do is the gastrocnemius and the soleus. So we're going to do this by leaning against the wall. Jessica's going to put the foot she wants to stretch behind her. And we're going to keep the leg straight in order to get a stretch in the gastrocnemius and push against the wall so she can get some tension on that muscle. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds just like we did for the foam rolling, and do 2 sets on each side. The next muscle we're going to work on is very similar to this, and it's the soleus muscle. And we're going to do the same exact thing, except now we're going to bend the knee that is being stretched. By doing this, we can get a stretch in the soleus muscle. Also going to do it 2 sets for 30 seconds. The next muscle that we want to lengthen is the adductors complex. We're going to do this by doing a adductor side lunge. So Jessica's going to spread her legs, and the side that we want to stretch is going to be the side that's going to be straight. So we're going to bend in, there we go, into the left side, and she should feel a stretch right in the inside of her leg. We'll hold that for 30 seconds and do 2 sets. The last muscles that we're going to stretch out are the hamstrings. We're going to do this by doing a sit and reach stretch. What we're going to have Jessica do is stay on the ground here, and she's going to try to keep her back as straight as she can without feeling pain when she starts to lean forward. She's going to start to reach over to her toes, and she should feel a stretch right on her hamstrings. We're going to hold that stretch for 30 seconds and do that 2 sets. The next step is to activate the muscles that are weak in our body. So we're going to start off by activating Jessica's glute medius, and we're going to do this by doing the clamshells exercise. What we want to do is get a resistance band and put it around her knees, either below or above, but we're going to keep it above for now. And we're going to have her lay on her side. Now that she's on her side, the focus is to get the top leg to rotate externally. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring it up to the top, hold it for 2 seconds, 1, 2, and then take 4 seconds to bring it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do this 1 to 2 sets and 10 to 15 reps each side. Good job. Next, we want to activate her gluteus maximus. We're going to do this by doing some hip extension exercises. We're going to keep the band around her lower leg to put some tension between her 2 legs, and we're going to extend. This will activate her glute muscle. We're going to do the same thing by holding it at the extension for 2 seconds and then taking 4 seconds to come back. So hold it 1, 2, and then come down 1, 2, 3, For this glute max exercise, we're gonna do 1 to 2 sets and anywhere from 10 to 15 reps. So next we're gonna activate her anterior tibialis. We're gonna do this by doing some banded dorsiflexion. I'm gonna put this band around her foot and put tension, bringing her foot down. And what Jessica's gonna do is dorsiflex or bring her foot towards herself. Here we go. We're gonna hold it for 2 seconds at the top. 1, 2, 4 seconds coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll continue to do the same thing and do anywhere from 1 to 2 sets and 10 to 15 reps. The last step that we're going to do is integrate. We're going to do this by getting all the muscles in our body to work in one motion. The first one that we're going to do is wall jumps. Jessica's going to put her arms over her head, and she's going to try to reach upwards while she's jumping against the wall. We're going to do quick jumps, just like that. We're going to do 10 to 15 reps and 2 to 3 sets. The next integration exercise that we're going to do is ball wall squats. We're going to keep a ball right behind Jessica and leaning against the wall. And what we want to make sure we do here is also keep the core tight as we do with all the other exercises. And Jessica's going to keep her hands to the side, come all the way down, and then come all the way up. We're going to do anywhere from 10 to 15 reps and 2 to 3 sets for this. The last integration exercise that we're going to do is banded side steps. We're going to do this by having Jessica face me